Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to come on and do a tarot reading for the collective. So let's start with pulling from the wild unknown archetypes. Tuning into the collective straight away, I feel like there is a lot of uncertainty. It feels like everything is up in the air. I'm also hearing there are no safe havens. Interesting. Okay, some cards coming out here. Wow. Underneath the deck was the Starborn. This egg about to hatch. I don't know if you can see, but there are some cracks in the egg. It's almost like the protection is coming off for a lot of us. I feel like maybe we've lived in this protective system. It's like we've lived in the protective matrix for quite some time. And now that the matrix is really starting to shift and to shed, we're just realizing a lot of things about, the good and the bad of living in that matrix. I feel like we're realizing all the areas where the matrix kind of kept us trapped and, in a sense, severed from our inner star. But then we're also realizing all the areas where the matrix actually made it easier for us. It allowed us to, it's almost like it allowed us to operate on a lower level of consciousness. It's almost like the feeling of like it's okay that you're lazy because the matrix was protecting us, taking care of us. We didn't really have to create things from scratch ever. And so that's what I'm feeling is starting to shift a little bit now. Not quite though, but I feel if you're sensitive, you're probably already picking up on this, that, ooh, this can go south is what I'm hearing, but it's like, this can end up being really devastating for a lot of people. If we're not ready to stand on our own before the matrix falls. So let's see which card came out here. Wow, the Venom. Interesting. Then the Agape card. I love this card. I feel it speaks about multidimensionality. You see all of the different lights that we can awaken within ourselves. A lot of insight, I think, coming to a lot of you, understanding more. And then, wow, the Father. So interesting. Yeah, a lot of changes to that old man, and all of the ways that that archetype has influenced us as individuals, has influenced the matrix, our collectives. It's like the grip of the big man of the past is loosening. And so it means that, like I said, that is a benefit sometimes in some situation. It means that we will experience more freedom of choice, freedom to go our own way. But then it also means that we're gonna have to start to learn how to construct things from rock bottom. It's like no free handouts is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Then we got the prayer and the hunter. I'm really, with the hunter, I'm actually really picking up on, this is a vision I had for the collective, that there are still these groups, this huge group in the collective, that they are still on this horse, they're still on their high horse, meaning that it's like their inner animal is running, because their inner animal is so fearful, so it just keeps running and running. I feel that when we're in this type of energy, it's like we just cannot bear to stand still. It's so uncomfortable, it there's so much fear that comes up from within us when we stand still, and so we just keep looping, we just keep running in the same patterns, trying to kind of run away from this feeling of discomfort when we're standing still. And so the vision that I actually had was that there is a timeline where there is a potential of a lot of these people just continuing to run. It's almost like they're gonna run right off the cliff. It's like the mountain, you know, they're running to reach the top of the mountain, and it's like when they reach the top of the mountain, they're just continuing to run right into the air, not realizing that they no longer have solid ground under their feet. Or even, it's almost like even if they would realize, they wouldn't be able to stop still, because their system is so trapped within this like search for growth almost. This may actually even refer to a little bit like I spoke about in my last video, the current culture of the United States. In many ways, you know, United States is the founder of this material form of capitalism, where we constantly need to expand, you know, we constantly need to expand. It's like we kind of need to convince more people to join our game, and we just need this eternal growth. But I also feel like when that type of capitalism is linked to materialism, it becomes toxic at a certain point. And so that's kind of what we're going through now, I think, in many ways, that it's not that capitalism in and of itself is bad, it's just that we kind of need to sever it from the material world. And maybe that's also what's happening a little bit within the financial market, I'm not sure. That it's like value, a lot of things, the market, everything is becoming more and more immaterial. But then if we're still kind of heavy and dense, it's almost like as that happens, there's gonna be this falling. And I was about to say calling there, so that's interesting. I feel like this may relate actually to the prayer. I feel like when we go through this falling, it's like bam, we hit our rock bottom quite hard. You know, it's like, oof, it's rough. And that's when we kind of fall to our knees, right? That's when we fall to our knees and we realize that I don't know where I'm going. Like, I don't know how to solve this. It's like I'm at my wit's end. And that's when many people will start opening up finally to their higher selves, to their soul, start praying. So I feel that for some of you watching this, it's like you may have gone through this on your own personal level, like you've gone through some of the, you know, the falling. Like, it's almost like running right into the mouth of the dragon, not realizing. Then you were chewed up and you realized like you have no power. It's like you're so insignificant. And that space of like being in the 0 point, you know, it connected to you, to your higher star, is what I'm feeling here with the agape. You know, you started to connect to all of these different parts of your being. And now I feel that the collective is starting to go through that same path. You know, it's starting to come in for the collective as well. Interestingly, behind the starborn was also the crone. Ooh, I love it. And the king. So some of you, you know, if you've gone through this, you may be able to almost like the role that you will play out during this collective falling, maybe like crone energy, king energy. So almost like someone that can zoom out and see the big picture. Cool, I like it. Let's pull some cards as well for this specific, for those of you watching. Let's just do it like this, so we give the right type of messages. Okay, now I'm getting that sometimes it's also good to not just ask for the ones watching, because understanding different timelines than our own, it kind of broadens our mind. So, okay, let's just ask for the messages that are of the highest good of all then. What do we need to know? 8 of Cups. So walking our own way. Yeah, a lot of cups also falling. This could mean that some of you're experiencing this shattering. I'm feeling this a little bit as well underneath the deck. I don't know if you can see, we're 2 pages, Page of Wands and Page of Swords. Yeah, it's a shattering of the masculine, you know, shattering of the ego. I've been feeling this lately, that it's like, damn, the ego is like the collective masculine archetype. It's about to disappear. It's so weird. It's like, it's melting away in one way, it's shattering in another way. It's really weird. Definitely I feel with the horse just, or the hunter, just, you know, this desire driven energy of just like more matter. I want to matter more things, everything. And then it just drives it right into the abyss. That's what I'm feeling, you know, right into the kind of like the teeth of time, just like, ah, you're nothing now. That's what I'm feeling. So definitely, if you feel called to do something unusual, like if you feel called to go outside the beaten path, I think that this is the time. This is the time. I also feel like we're reaching the end of a time period where the masculine has been allowed to explore freely, figure out what you like, who you are, what you want, what type of life you want to live for the remainder of your time here on Earth. But it's almost like this time period is about to close out now. Soon, it feels like we're moving into a time where it's almost like we're expected to know who we are. Or it's not like we're expected, but it's almost like that window of exploration has closed. And yeah, and that's when I feel like there will be a lot of separation here on Earth, really. Like that separation will materialize. It's almost like the people that you know now what you like and don't like. You know what energies feels like home. What energies you want to kind of like fuel your life with. And so for you, it's like you're just ready to create. With the pages there as well, it's like these are earth, you know, the pages are all representing the element of earth. And so it's like things starting to come to form. You're starting to create. For some of you, I feel like you're just like now on the how do you say, I don't even know how to say that. I can't say that word now. It's like you're on the verge of starting to create your new life. You're about to move into your 9 of Cups. That's what I'm feeling for some of you. But then there's just this moment of just like, yeah, again, it feels like being on your knees, kind of. You know, that's the energy of the rock bottom. When we just let go, it's like, yes, I surrender. I surrender. It's the energy of marriage, right? It's like, merge with me. When you're asking another energy, another force, another entity to merge with you, it's like go on your knees. So that's what I'm feeling for some of you masculines, that you're moving into union with the forces that you have decided that you want to be in union with. And so for some people, they didn't make any choices, you know, in the past cycle. And so they are going to be going through this entire process with the collective, like not as an individual, not as a kind of like, not as an individual, but as a collective. You know, they're not that individualized yet. And I feel that if you're watching this video, if you feel like, yeah, I'm definitely on my individual path, or you want to be, then I feel like you may play roles like in that era, when the collective starts this process of shifting into the new masculine archetype, you know, shifting into the new way of the father is what I'm hearing. It's like a new way of God as well. It's like the gods have become outdated. We need to start again. The game has become outdated. We need to start over. Value, currency, everything is reached. It's reached the end. There needs to be a shift, is what I'm feeling, and so it's happening. But there's still a little bit of time. I feel not quite yet. I don't feel like the crash is coming yet. I don't feel like the falling, like the full effect of the falling, is coming yet. But it's like soon. There is one more period where the masculine within us, you know, the conscious masculine, the people that are actually awake at this time, where they get to, I'm hearing build, starting to build. Oh yeah, to get I was actually hearing this one in Norwegian. That's that I usually don't hear Norwegian when I'm channeling. But what is this in English? It's like to get a heads up on thing, or to get like you get to start a bit before the others. So it's an advantage if you're grounding at this point in time. If you reach the point of like on your knees right now, where you're just like, oh, I surrender. I don't know. Please guide me. I don't know how to, what is my next move? If you reach that point, then you're just ahead of the rest of the people. That's what I'm feeling. You're lucky. You know, you're lucky. So even though this is a emotionally overwhelming state, it's a lucky state right now. That's what I'm feeling. One more advice and then we'll wrap this up. I'm hearing be more open to things and try things out just for a short period of time, like for a week, before you say yes or no. That's what I'm feeling. Son of Pentacles and the Hermit. Yeah, so I feel like for the masculine right now, or for the masculine spirit, you know, the new masculine that's being built right now, what I'm actually feeling is that we have the conscious masculine is what I'm hearing. We've reached a point where it's like we know what type of energies that we like to drink, in a sense. We know what we like to feel. Like we know the feelings that we like to have and the feelings that we want to build our lives up with. It's like, so we know them on a kind of like an immaterial level. In a dream world, we know them. But now it's time to figure out how we can take those dream feelings, those perfect vibes, and start to bring them into reality. That's what I'm getting. And so that's why I think like we need to test things, do things, practice things a little bit. But I'm hearing not too long. There is something about trying it, like I said, for a week or so, to see, can I make this abundant? Like, and not in the terms of like receiving money for it straight away, but can you make it feel like abundance flowing through you when you do it, right? I'm hearing, can you make it sing? Can you make it come to life? Again, it's this feeling of learning how to kind of like make love to life and to the matter around us. So like infusing our energy into something, it's almost like we give it life, and that thing, you know, it's almost like it takes on its own destiny a little bit, based on the source and the energy that we put into it. So there's something about that, like taking a step further, and experimenting more with the material realm. That's what I'm feeling. Also strength there and the Hermit. You know, it's like opening the heart more, using your energy to affect matter, and then observing it with the hermit, mapping it up, observing how did that work out, you know. It's like using your, yeah, the pages that came out were the page of wands and the page of swords. So it's also like using your fire to put life into things, and then using your analytical abilities to observe how that life that you put into the things, how that moved. So I feel like it's working with our tools right now, and being very, very surrendered, kind of on our knees in a sense. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for watching. Bye.